Hack the power of revision. Rewrite the past to change the present. There's a reason the past can feel like it has a grip on your life, not because the past is stronger than you, but because it keeps getting relived quietly, internally, on repeat, until it becomes the mood you wake up in, the expectation you carry, and the reality you keep meeting. Neville Goddard's practice called revision is one of the simplest, most underrated ways to change your life fast because it goes straight to the root, your inner experience of what happened. Revision isn't denial, it isn't pretending, it isn't forcing yourself to be positive. Revision is taking back authorship. If imagination is the only creative power, then your inner memory is not just a scrapbook, it's a script. And when you revise the script, you revise what the world is allowed to mirror back. Let's make this practical, real, and usable, especially if you're the kind of person who's lived through things that still sting. And what revision really is. Revision is the act of reimagining a past event the way you wish it had gone, and doing it with enough feeling and repetition that it becomes the accepted inner reality, not accepted like you're lying to yourself, accepted like this. When you remember something, the memory carries a charge. That charge becomes a state. That state becomes your normal, and normal is what keeps showing up. Revision changes the charge. It changes the meaning. It changes the identity you took on in that moment. And once the inner meaning changes, the outer life follows, often in ways you can't logically predict. The sneaky truth. Most people are revising already, just in the worst direction. They revise the past constantly by replaying it and adding, I should have known. That always happens to me. I'm not the kind of person who gets chosen. People always let me down. I'm bad with money. Nothing ever works out. That's revision too, just destructive revision. The good news is, if you can replay something painfully, you can replay it powerfully. Why revision works. Revision works because the subconscious mind does not create from facts. It creates from impressed reality. What feels true inside. Neville taught that your imagination is causative, the world is responsive. So when a past moment has shaped your assumptions, revision reshapes the assumption at the root. Think of your life like this. The event didn't create your future. The why state you entered because of the event created your future. Revision changes the state, and states are everything. If the event made you feel rejected, revision returns you to a state of being wanted. If the event made you feel powerless, revision returns you to authority. If the event made you feel unsafe, revision returns you to security. Then life rearranges to match the new inner posture. Tell yourself what you can use. Revision for you can revise. An argument you had today. An awkward moment that keeps replaying. A conversation where you felt dismissed, a breakup that still hurts, a childhood memory that shaped your self-concept, a job interview that went badly, a mistake you regret, a money decision you feel ashamed of, a medical appointment that left you scared, a friendship that ended painfully. You can even revise patterns. Every time I speak up, it goes badly. Revision lets you change the original seed that taught you that. And here's the part that surprises people. You don't have to revise everything. You revise act the scene that carries the emotional charge. Hit the charged moment, and the whole chain softens. The core method, how to revise a scene. This is the classic Neville way, made very doable. Step 1. Choose one scene. Pick one. Event that still has a sting. Not your entire life story. One scene. Example. Your boss criticized you in a meeting and you felt humiliated. Step 2. Decide how you wish it had gone. Not perfect fantasy, just the version that implies your desired identity. Maybe your boss praised your work, or your boss spoke to you kindly and respectfully, or you spoke confidently and were heard, or a coworker backed you up, or you stayed calm and unbothered. Choose the version that makes you feel, I am respected, I am safe, I am valued, I am competent. Step 3. Build a short end scene. Make it 5 to 10 seconds long. Something like, hearing, great job on that seriously. Seeing your boss smiling and nodding. Feeling relief, pride, calm. Maybe a coworker saying, you handled that so well. Step 4. enter drowsy stillness. Neville loved the drowsy state right before sleep. You don't need perfection. You just need soft attention where the scene feels real enough to impress. Step 5. Replay until it feels done. Repeat it like a tiny loop. Don't strain. Let it be simple. When it starts feeling natural, like, yeah, that's what happened, stop. That done feeling is the subconscious accepting it. Step 6. Move on with your day. This is important. Revision is not meant to make you obsess. It's meant to free you. The most important part, feeling, not detail. People get stuck thinking they need vivid imagery. You don't. You need the feeling of the wish fulfilled. In the revised scene, feeling can be relief, peace, being respected, being chosen, being safe, being proud, being understood. If your images are fuzzy but the feeling is solid, you're doing it right. If your images are sharp but you feel anxious and forceful, it won't land. Revision is gentle power. Examples that make revision click. Example 1. The text that hurt. Old reality. Someone left you on red after you opened up. You felt stupid for caring. Revised scene. You see their message. I'm really glad you told me that. I care about you. You feel the warmth land in your chest. You replay that 5-10 seconds until your body relaxes. What changes? You stop carrying the I'm too much identity, and relationships start responding differently, often quickly. Example 2. The fight you keep replaying. Old reality. You snapped. They snapped back. It felt ugly. Revised scene. The same moment, but you hear yourself saying, let's slow down. I'm not against you. And you imagine them softening. Okay. Yeah, me neither. You feel calm, connected. What changes? The emotional residue dissolves, and tomorrow's interactions don't drag yesterday's state into them. Example 3. The embarrassing moment. Old reality. You said something awkward and later cringed for hours. Revised scene. You say it, and people laugh warmly, not cruelly. Someone responds kindly. You feel at ease, like I belong. What changes? Your social state shifts from self-conscious to comfortable, and your outer social experience follows that tone. Example 4. The I always mess up pattern. Old reality. You made a mistake and felt doomed. Revised scene. You see the mistake, but you handle it effortlessly. You hear no big deal, you fixed it fast. You feel competent, steady. What changes? You stop being the person who always messes up. You become the person who course corrects easily. Revision for deeper wounds. If you've been through something heavy, don't use revision like a hammer, use it like a balm. 2 gentle approaches. 1. Revise the ending, not the whole event. Sometimes revising the entire scene feels too intense. Instead, revise the moment after. Imagine being comforted. Imagine being protected. Imagine someone showing up for you. Imagine yourself feeling safe. This still changes the state. 2. Revise yourself inside the memory. Keep the scene mostly the same, but change one thing. You are supported. You are not alone. You have power. You are seen. Even that changes identity, and identity is what life reflects. Common mistakes that make revision feel like it doesn't work. My mistake 1, revising while secretly arguing with reality. You revise, but inside you're thinking, yeah, but it did happen. Revision isn't about winning an argument, it's about changing the inner acceptance. If you feel resistance, soften, shorten the scene, go for comfort instead of perfection. Mistake 2, trying to revise 20 things at once. Start with one charged scene. One scene done well beats 1,000 scenes done anxiously. Mistake 3, looking for instant proof like it's a test. Revision often shows results as Mood shift, relief, people behaving differently, a random chance to redo something, unexpected apologies, opportunities that match the new state. Don't demand a specific form, demand the state. My Mistake 4. Making the revised scene too long. Keep it short. Your subconscious loves simplicity. A daily revision routine. Here's a routine you can do every night that quietly upgrades your whole life. 1. Review your day quickly. Ask, what moment felt off? What stung? What made me tense? Pick one. 2. Revise that moment. Loop the new scene until you feel relief or done. 3. Add one win scene. Even if your day was rough, revise in a win. Someone praising you finishing something, you feeling proud, you feeling loved. This trains your default state. Over time, you become someone who expects good. Revision plus living in the end. Revision clears the past. Living in the end plants the future. When you do both, you stop dragging old states forward and start pulling new states in. A simple combo. Revise. The most emotionally charged bad moment from today. Imagine one short end scene of your desire fulfilled before sleep. That's it. How revision changes other people. This is where people get weird about it, so let's be clear. Revision is not about controlling people like puppets. It's about changing your head assumptions about relationships, which changes how you show up, what you tolerate, what you expect, what you accept as normal, the emotional signal you broadcast. And yes, people often respond differently when your inner state changes. Sometimes they apologize, sometimes they soften, sometimes they disappear, sometimes they show up better. Revision doesn't force them, it changes you. And your world reorganizes around the new you. Revision for self-concept, the fastest life upgrade. If you want the most powerful use of revision, use it to revise your identity. Pick the memory where you learned, I'm not enough, I'm unwanted, I'm unsafe, I'm not good at that, I don't get picked, people can't be trusted, I always struggle. Then revise it until you feel, I am enough, I am chosen, I am safe, I am capable, I am supported. Life works out for me. That's the real magic. Because when the identity changes, your future doesn't have a choice. Quick revision scripts you can use tonight. Use any of these as your revised end scene. Hashtag if you felt rejected. I'm so glad you're here. I want you. If you felt criticized, you did amazing. I'm proud of you. Sang if you felt embarrassed. That was great. Seriously, you're so natural. If you felt ignored, I heard you. What you said mattered. If you felt unsafe, you're okay. I've got you. You're protected. If you felt like a failure, you handled that beautifully. You're getting better every day. Keep it short. Feel it real. Let it land. What to do when the old memory pops up again? This will happen, especially at first. When the old version returns, don't panic. Just treat it like a notification. Ah, this is the old story trying to reassert itself. Then, 1. Pause. 2. Replace with the revised scene for 5 to 10 seconds. 3. Move on. That's it. You're not fighting, you're retraining. The quiet confidence revision builds. Over time, revision makes you calmer because you stop feeling like life is something that happens to you. You start feeling what Neville wanted you to feel, that imagination is creative, that you are the operant power, that the story isn't fixed, and when you stop being haunted by the past, you stop recreating it. A final practice. Revise the today version of you tonight. Revise one moment. Then add one more scene. Imagine yourself falling asleep thinking, I handled life well today. I'm proud of who I'm becoming. I'm safe, I'm guided, things are unfolding. That is revision 2. You're revising your relationship with your life, and that changes everything. If you meant next for a specific title in your 25 title sequence, paste the next 3 to 5 titles you have remaining, and I'll continue in exact order.